Welcome, travelers. Welcome to episode 729 of these very strange and peculiar Bible study devotionals where we get to learn and peer deeper into the will of God, to get deeper into His Word, to try and attempt to plant any seeds of faith. Even if we might not be doing it correctly, we can at least try. Or we can try to learn how to memorize some new scriptures, or even if we just think of one new little thought of or find some sort of new combo within the scriptures. I always find that kind of fun. And also, from the Bible study that we did about shining our light, is that also we can help to have other believers fellowship with us, which is actually very interesting to think about. Which I actually didn't really think about that, about us shining our light and then us kind of being beacons for other believers to try and fellowship and to edify one another and to encourage one another up. And hopefully we can learn more about how we can try to love one another more, right? And so we're going to get into this after the Bible study. By the way, if you guys don't want to listen to the Bible study, you can skip over the next hour or so, and we'll get into bike riding. We will get into bike riding. But what's a little weird about on the stream is most of the people that even watch the stream, you guys don't even watch the bike riding. You guys just listen to the Bible study, which I think that's awesome, honestly. I think that probably it's the most important part of it, right? So, but I think that's the really cool thing is there is that verse of whether we eat or drink, we should try and do it all for the glory of God, right? And man, these streams really solidify that, because if you don't even have to do a Bible study devotional. You could just literally share one single verse. You could eat a meal and then shut your stream off. I honestly think that could be even a way of planting a seed of faith, right? Like, you don't have to do, a lot of people that get into streaming, I think they think that you need to be doing these long streams, right? You can literally do a 30-second stream and just shut it off. You can literally use Twitch right here as just a external hard drive for your short videos and just save them. We're gonna get into that. So let us get into the topic of today. Today's topic, since we went into Proverbs 3:9 through 10, and that first part of Proverbs 3:9 through 10 went about honoring the Lord, right? That's the first thing that is said in that one. So that's what we're going to get into today. I just want to look up some more aspects of how do we honor the Lord, right? How can we do this, right? If we're called to do this in Proverbs 3:9 through 10, what are some other ways we can honor the Lord, right? So that's what we're going to get into. And we're going to look up some verses, read some commentaries, and just ponder about all this stuff. And by the way, I do want to say, please take my words with a grain of salt. I'm not like some crazy theologian or something like this. But it is very interesting just reading these commentaries and just pondering on it, right? Yeah, let's get into this. Okay, let me adjust the camera right here. I think that's good right there, right? Bada boop, bada beep. So if you have your Bibles, you can open up into, because I was looking prior to this, I was looking for some verses on honoring the Lord. And there are some ones up in here, actually, which I actually don't even think I have them underlined. It's kind of strange. The verses for yesterday I didn't have underlined. Well, I guess there's a lot of verses I don't have underlined. But today, some of these verses we don't have underlined as well. So we're going to get into Romans 12, verses, let's see here. Verses 8 through 12. Yeah, 8 through 12. We'll read these. Let's read this. See if they. Okay, let's see here. The one who exhorts in his exhortation, the one who contributes in generosity, the one who leads with zeal,
the one who does acts of mercy with cheerfulness. Let love be genuine, abhor what is evil, hold fast to what is good. Love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal. Be fervent in spirit, serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. Now, see, that's the weird one right here. Outdo one another in showing honor, right? Like, what does that mean? I honestly don't really... It's weird because now when I, like, pinpoint certain words, I'm like, that's strange that Proverbs 3:9 through 10 brought up that same word. And now I'm going to underline it right here. I'm going to actually underline it with blue. Actually, I'm going to underline it with green in the box. That's what we're going to do. So that is what we're going to do up in here. And it's cool. They actually brought up the word zeal a lot as well. Do not be slothful in zeal. Be fervent in spirit and serve the Lord. Isn't that interesting, right? Zeal, I actually need to re-up on what zeal means to me. I think zeal means like great energy and enthusiasm and life and just into what you're doing, right? I think that's what it means. I might be completely wrong. Let's see here. Let's see what the actual definition says now. Zeal Bible definition. The Zeal Bible definition means may be enlightened, a passionate adore for any person or cause. The word in Hebrew is kana, to flush with passion. Okay. Zeal, okay, so there's another one. Zeal in Christianity is a burning desire to please God and to do His will, and to advance His glory in the world in every possible way. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. Well, let's read some verses on honoring. What does honoring the Lord mean? Let's find some other verses on honor. Okay, so we read Romans 9, 8 through 13. Let's see here. What other ones do we got up in here? Okay, there's Proverbs. They're bringing up Proverbs 21:21. Whoever pursues righteousness, kindness, will find life, righteousness, and honor. Interesting. And honor. So that's actually interesting because now that... I actually didn't think I was actually going to find a comma today. But that actually reminds me of Proverbs 28:1, the verse that I always bring up as well. It's actually the very first verse I remember memorizing, and was about lions, right? The wicked flee to no one pursue, but the righteous are as bold as lions. So what should we be pursuing? How to be bold for the Lord? Is that somehow honoring to the Lord if we are to seek after righteousness, right? Like what Proverbs 21:21 says. Are we to try and be bold for the Lord? The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. Huh. That almost kind of makes me think about like shining our light, right? About like trying not to be hidden. Let's see what other ones we got up in here. What other verses? Now, see, they bring up a lot of verses, but they don't actually have the word honor in it, right? Like that verse doesn't even... I'm looking for verses specifically with honor in it, right? All right, well, let's look up some things on honoring the Lord. What does it mean to honor the Lord? How do you honor the Lord? What does honoring the Lord mean? Or let's just look up what is honor. What does honor mean? What is the Bible definition of honor? Honor Bible definition. Okay, so this is what is coming up on here. Let's read these. That which is valued and esteemed is honored. The biblical use sometimes also means to seek to enhance the reputation of someone. What in the world? I'm going to be really honest. I did not think that's what it meant. I thought honor was like I thought honor was kind of like just showing like respect, just being like courteous or nice or something like that. But now it's actually weird. I never thought about it that way. To to enhance the reputation of someone. That actually makes me wonder how many other things are like kind of downgrading some reputations, if we can even think about like the faith or something like that, right? It's kind of interesting, very interesting to think about actually. I guess that is another one. So this is actually what this one's saying as well. To give weight to someone. To honor someone then is to give weight or grant a person a position of respect, even authority in one's life. Okay, let's read some of this. So, what does it mean to honor God? There is one on God question. Let's read what this is going to say. I don't think we read this one yesterday, so I'm curious. Because we are supposed to honor the Lord, right? Revelations 4:10 through 11 describes a scene in heaven. The 24 elders fall down before him who sits on the throne and lay their crowns before the throne and say, "You are worthy, our Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power." The words translated glory and honor are closely related and often used interchangeably in the Bible. But there is a subtle difference between them. The word most often translated glory means something that has inherent intrinsic worth, while the word translated honor means perceived value, to render or esteem glorious. That's weird. I never really would have thought about glory and honor. I guess those do kind of make sense, right? It's been a long time since I've seen those words used together. Glory is a quality inherent in the one being glorified. Glory can be thought of as a mirror that accurately reflects what is there. When we accurately reflect the character of God, we glorify him. To glorify God is to honor him for who he really is. God has glory because he is infinitely valuable. Human beings have glory because we are created in the image of the one who is all glorious. Genesis 1:27. We glorify God when we demonstrate through word or actions his glorious character or deeds. Modeling the character of Jesus is a way to glorify God because we are showcasing his attributes. When we glorify God, we bring him honor. Now that's actually very interesting, right? Because it sounds weird, and I know they probably are not going to go into what I'm bringing up. But what's really weird is I have gotten some questions of why I do so many tricks with me lifting up the hands and stuff. But what's funny, why I actually started doing that is because I saw other believers that were riding BMX and they were doing tricks that were like lifting their hands up, almost kind of like making the sign of the cross, right? And it's weird because I started looking it up. I mean, we've done maybe 2 Bible studies on it about lifting our hands up to the Lord, right? Lifting our hands for the Lord. And what's funny is that there are so many verses about it. And not only like BMX riders are doing it, but also like if you go into some churches and stuff, when they have the worship music going on, you see people like lifting their hands up. I always kind of thought they were making the sign of the cross, but it's actually funny because there's actually a lot of verses that go into lifting our hands up for the Lord. And then and then there's like some deeper lore of that is actually how the Lord Jesus Christ died, right? He died with his hands lifted up. So in some ways, I'm wondering, is that a way of showing honor to the Lord Jesus Christ? Like, right? I'm wondering if is that at all in some way showing honor? If we're going to bring up some of these verses. It's so weird, right? It's so odd because like I know this commentary isn't going to go into that, what I just brought up right now about lifting our hands up, but it's so strange when I read that paragraph that now it's making me think of this, right? So let's read some of these verses on lifting our hands, or lifting hands. 1 Timothy 2:8. I desire then that in every place the men should pray lifting holy hands without anger or quarreling. Psalms 63:4. So I will bless you as long as I live. In your name I will lift up my hands. Psalms 134:2. Lift up your hands to the holy place and bless the Lord. Lamentations 3:41. Let us lift our hearts and hands to God in heaven. Psalms 141:2. Let my prayer be counted as incense before you, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Psalms 28:2. Holy, dude, there's so many ones about lifting. A lot of these are from David, by the way. Hear the voice of my pleas for mercy when I cry to you for help, when I lift up my hands toward your most holy sanctuary. Right? There are, look at how many, there are so many of these. It's insane how many, it's so crazy how many verses talk about lifting our hands up, right? It's crazy, man. There's so many verses. It's really crazy, right? And it's just, the other thing, that's also another reason that started getting me deeper into the lore of Flatland, is that there are so many tricks you can learn in Flatland where you can take your hands off. So I'm wondering, can we somehow honor the Lord even when we're riding the bike or something like that? I'm wondering would the Lord be cool, or what do you think he would be for more BMX, right? More Flatlanders when doing tricks and no hands or something like that, right? That'd be kind of funny, but I guess that could be a little segment of a way we can honor the Lord, even if it seems kind of cheesy, right? But let's see here. Let's keep going. Honor originates in our hearts and refers to the value we personally place on something or someone. Collectors hold certain items in higher esteem than non-collectors do. What others overlook may highly be valued by someone else and therefore honored. We honor other people to the degree that we consider their position and contribution significant. We are commanded to honor people because their position, not necessarily their performance. We are commanded to honor our fathers and mothers in Deuteronomy 5:16 and Mark 7:10, the elderly in Leviticus 19:32, and those who rule over us in 1 Peter 2:17. When we honor God, we are demonstrating the high regard we have for him. We are reflecting his glory back as praise and worship. Interesting. The Bible shows many ways to honor and glorify God. We show him high regard by reflecting his character, by giving of our income in Proverbs 3:9, which, okay, so they are bringing up Proverbs 3:9, and by living lives devoted to him, Romans 14:18. It is not enough to merely honor him outwardly. God desires honor that comes from our hearts. The Lord says, these people come near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Well, that's weird. That's a strange verse right up in there. That's weird. That's one verse that didn't really come up. Let's read that one again. And the Lord said, because this people draw near with their mouth and honor me with their lips, while their hearts are far from me, and their fear of me is commandment taught by men. That's weird. That's a strange verse right there, right? I guess that is a sense. I mean, that's kind of making me think of Isaiah. What that verse we just read right there is kind of making me wonder. It's kind of making me think of that kind of that cheesy phrase of we can be talking the talk, right? But I guess, are we really walking it, right? Are we really trying to show these things out to people or something like that, right? Or just living it out? When we delight in the Lord, Psalms 37:4, seek him in everything we do. Wow. So we can honor the Lord by seeking him in everything we do. Why didn't they? I feel like they didn't bring that up yesterday. Seek him in everything we do. That's weird. So I'm wondering if I just start doing more tricks with no hands or something. I mean, I've been trying to do as many tricks with no. There's some of them that I've just been stuck on. I've almost just given up on them, right? So maybe is that acknowledging God even just a little bit, right? If you were just to know that there are so many verses on lifting of our hands for the Lord, and being okay, well, how can I apply this in other aspects or something like that, right? Or say you were even playing some certain other things, right? It's not necessarily you have to do it on a BMX, but what other things could you apply that to, right? Because people literally do that while they're just singing, right? People just sing and they just lift their hands up like this, right? 1 Chronicles 16:11 and Isaiah 55:6, and make choices that reflect the place he has in our hearts. We bring him the greatest honor. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Okay, so here's another one. What does it mean to outdo one another? Okay, so that's the other strange thing about what does this one mean right here? Right? That's what I'm kind of curious of. Why are we to do that? Outdo one another in showing honor. What does that that's just so weird, right? What does that mean? Let's look that up right now. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal, but fervent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Let's see what this is going to say. What does the KJV say? That's Romans 12:10, by the way. Huh. The King James Version also says honor as well. Be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love, in honor preferring one another. See, that one seems different than the ESV. That one says preferring one another in honor. The ESV says outdo one another in showing. I almost kind of don't know if the ESV one is... What are these other ones are saying? This one says esteeming one another in honor. Huh. Interesting. Let's look up that verse now. Romans 12:10 commentary. Romans 12:10 commentary. Be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love, in honor preferring one another. What does that mean? Preferring one another. So I'm gonna just try and read. I guess let's just read these commentaries on Romans 12:10. We're gonna read Ellicott's commentary in the beginning. Let's see what this one's gonna say. With brotherly love, better translated as in the margin, in love of the brethren. Be kindly affectionate. The word for kindly affectionate is specifically used of the family relation and is therefore appropriately applied to the brotherhood of the Christian family. I guess and maybe that can also apply to the body of Christ, right? Preferring one another, rather perhaps anticipating one another. The Christian is to take the initiative and show honor or respect to others without waiting for them to show it to him. Interesting, huh? Now, what are some ways we could do that, right? So if we are actually called to honor, preferring honor to one another, what are some ways we can honor one another? Let's look that up right now, because now I'm curious. If we are to honor one another, I'm going to look up. So we looked up how can we honor God, right? We can honor God in delighting in it, trying to acknowledge him in all of our ways and things of that nature, and showing him respect and reverence. But now how can we learn how to honor not only God? We should be putting God first and trying to honor him, right? But also we are called to honor other believers. We're actually called to, and I guess it kind of makes me think, how could you treat them as someone that you love, right? Like, how could you treat that person? How can we build them up? How can we encourage them? Instead of maybe like downgrading them, or maybe making fun of them, or prodding them with our words, what are some ways we can edify them? What are some ways we can just instill them with some zeal? And oh dude, maybe it sounds ridiculous. Maybe the answer is right below. See, because look, it says, outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal, but fervent in spirit, serve the Lord. So I think that would be cool. What are some ways we can maybe instill other believers with some zeal and some fervency and some energy and some life, right? Because I have noticed, and I've actually heard this from many believers my age, where they actually have been around churches and they feel like it's really boring, or they feel like it's very draining, or they feel like it's just very tiring, right? Which I don't know if that is a bad thing or a good thing, but I will say from reading these verses, it says, do not be slothful in zeal, be fervent in spirit, and we're also supposed to be showing honor. And it makes me wonder, what are some ways we can just enliven some believers up, right? Maybe, because I have noticed this, right? And I've noticed this in my own life, right? If I get bored of something, I just don't have enough. When I get bored, when I get truly bored of something, right? I just feel like I just lose my composure. I just lose my like umph of even wanting to do it, or like to pay attention, or to put a little bit more effort into it. I just get like, and I just feel like there's a level of, I'm wondering what the Lord thinks about this, even within the faith. I'm wondering if there's a level of how would the Lord want us to not get bored and just totally put something off, but how can we be fervent in spirit, right? How can we be zealous for the Lord in some degree? Oh, let's see here. Sorry, Anzian Wings. I apologize. I just read your comment right now. The NIV Bible says, "Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves." Now that is interesting, right? I almost feel like I kind of don't like the ESV version of it, right? The ESV, I mean, I'm going to be really honest, from reading different translations of it, I kind of don't like how they say outdo one another in showing honor, right? Because that almost kind of makes me, when I read that at first, it kind of made me think of like one-upping one another, right? Like you see somebody doing something and you're like, okay, how can I do that better? I actually kind of like that, I kind of like how the other translations are saying that, right? Now I'm going to look up, how can we show honor to others? Not only to God, but how can we show honor to others? How can we show honor to others? Now, before I look this up, I want to just think of what I think of, right? When I think about this question, I think about showing honor of like, giving someone maybe the time to listen to what they have to say, to earnestly listen to what they have to say, instead of just being like, oh, and then just kind of just write it off and just totally ignore them. Maybe not ignoring somebody, maybe not downgrading them, not like trying to make fun of them. What are some other ways? Maybe I don't know what other people would say. I mean, what do you guys, that's what I'm thinking of right now. But let's actually see now what's going to pop up. Let's see if holy moly, there's so much of this that I didn't even realize. So this is what I just looked up. Here, let's see. I typed in, how can we show honor? Now this is the very first thing that comes up. Take it with a grain of salt, but I think there might be something to learn from it. Ways to honor yourself and others. Pay a compliment. Wow. That's the very first one. And it's so ridiculous because I didn't even remember that. To pay a compliment. I think that is a good one, man. To compliment somebody. I feel like that could encourage somebody's day. Even I've heard that. I've actually heard that from many people. They have gotten a compliment, and like if you had a bad day and you just get that one compliment, sometimes you're riding on like a little high of that compliment the whole day. Especially like depending on what they say, what they complimented you on, right? But there are some compliments that are like that, like, man, I actually remember that, and they like kind of ride that the whole day, which is actually really cool. And I guess that's another way. That's something we can also think of, right? How can we compliment other believers? I'm gonna try and remember that. Treat others with respect, be understanding, be patient, ask questions. That's weird. Challenge assumptions, overlook mistakes, forgive. Huh. That's really cool, man. I really, I feel like I needed to re-up on it. Isn't that so weird? Like, I feel like today, I'm going to be honest, like today's Bible study, I was like, this Bible study is kind of boring. And I'm just like, all right, we're, but then it's so cool, like when something like this happens where I'm like, you know what? I actually totally didn't even know what honoring really was. And how can we even honor other people, man? It's like a re-up for me. I'm like, dude, I needed this. Like, I needed this today because, like, it's just so funny, right? I don't know. That's what I think is funny, but... Okay, let's read some more commentaries, though. We'll read the Matthew Henry's concise commentary on Romans 12, 9 through 16, which are the verses that we kind of covered today. The professed love of Christians to each other should be sincere, free from deceit and unmeaning and deceitful compliments. Depending on divine grace, they must detest and dread all evil, and love and delight in whatever is kind and useful. We must not only do that which is good, but we must cleave to it. All our duty towards one another is summed up in one word: love. This denotes the love of parents to their children, which is more tender and natural than any other, unforced and unconstrained. and love to God and man, with zeal for the gospel. Now, I'm wondering what other believers would think about that. I know this guy just said, with zeal for the gospel, with passion and fervency, right? Like, will make the wise Christian diligent in all his worldly business and in gaining superior skill. God must be served with the spirit. You know, that's actually kind of funny. Okay, so it's kind of weird that how I would. It's so weird what I read some of these older commentaries, and I'm like, it's so weird that these people thought of this right here. Because if you were to rewind the stream all the way to the front, I literally only thought of like a couple sentences. I'm like, okay, this is what I think about. But some of these people, bro, they just go on and on and on. I'm like, how did you think about that? Like, I feel like that never would have even crossed my mind. But what's funny is now after reading this, it's actually making me think of honoring one another, right? And kind of showing compliments. And what's actually funny is that this was actually a marketing tactic. It's kind of weird that I'm bringing up marketing, but this is actually a marketing tactic that I learned from other BMX riders that are like on Instagram, or it was like Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. What they told me, and they literally just showed me it. First, they literally showed me what they were doing on Instagram, right? A big one that they would do is that they would compliment one another. They would motivate one another, like, oh, dude, like, keep going, like, oh, you got this, or like, try and do this, or this will help you out, or something like that in a comment, right? And they would do this like thousands and thousands of times, right? And they gained a big following that way, right? Which is actually very interesting to think about. Imagine if I'm not assuming that everybody's like very negative on the internet, but if you go on to some people's comments and stuff like that, bro, they are so negative. It's almost like, why do you want to hurt this person? Like, this person, like, dude, I literally see some like disabled people, like literally on Instagram. Like, I see disabled people, and you go to their comment section, bro, and there's still people trying to put these people down. Like, it's like, bro, this dude is disabled right here. You guys are still wanting to bash on this dude. It's like, this dude's probably hurting enough. You probably don't want to be doing this to this person. And I don't, it's kind of just strange that people are like that, but I don't know, maybe they're hurting, the whole thing of like those who bully or once bullied themselves. So maybe, who knows, maybe they're bullied in their own life or something like that. But what's interesting thinking about actually some of the BMX riders that I actually like, pros and stuff like that, the thing is like they kind of showed me what they were doing. Well, some of them, I don't know if everybody's doing this, but some of them that I saw in Long Beach were doing it. And they were just giving compliments right on Instagram, just a bunch of compliments on just like good words, right? Good words of encouragement, right? And the thing is that it would be very interesting to take like if we were to run like an experiment, right? Imagine we took two people with like two Instagram accounts, right? And one person, just every comment that they said was just totally negative, just wanted to put the other person down. And we see that person, and then imagine we see this person over here, and every single one of their comments was a compliment, right? Like, just trying to motivate. It'd be very interesting seeing the level of where they would kind of get to of maybe like a following or something like that. Now the only reason why I brought that up is because of what this verse said right here. Christian diligent in all his worldly business and gain superior skill, right? It's weird that I read that and it's like, I'm like, that's weird that it just made me think about this whole thing that I normally don't think about, but let's keep going. God must be served with the Spirit under the influences of the Holy Spirit. He is honored by our hope and trust in Him, especially when we rejoice in that hope. He is served not only by working for Him, but by sitting still quietly when He calls us to suffer. Patience for God's sake is true piety. Those that rejoice in hope are likely to be patient in tribulation. We should not be cold in the duty of prayer, nor soon weary of it. Not only must there be kindness to friends and brethren, but Christians must not harbor anger against enemies. That's a big one. We are to not harbor anger against. I mean, this is what this guy. But also, we're even called to love our enemies. So that's the other thing, right? It is but mock love which rests in words of kindness, while our brethren need real supplies, and it is in our power to furnish them. Be ready to entertain those who do good. As there is occasion, we must welcome strangers. Bless and not curse not. Interesting. We must welcome strangers. Bless and curse not. Now, it's actually interesting because I know they're not going to go into the verse, but it's actually weird that they brought up that verse because also not only that, but we are actually called to show hospitality, and we're actually called to entertain strangers. Let's look up that verse right here. Entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Most of the other translations say hospitality, and that's Hebrews. Is that Hebrews 12:3? I think it might be Hebrews 12:3. Hebrews 12:3. Nope, it's not 12:3. It's 12:2. No? Huh. Man, I totally forgot where this verse is at. Entertain strangers unawares. Oh, that's Hebrews 13. 13:2. Oh my goodness, I got it wrong. Oh well. Hebrews 13:2. I was one number off, right? Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Dude, that verse, it's weird because I don't really remember this verse that much. I mean, I didn't even really, I kind of remembered it, but it's not like a verse that I think of every single day, right? Like this, I'm going to be really honest. This is one verse where I'm just like, I do not think about this verse every day, right? Some of the verses that I think about in my own season at the moment is like seeking first the kingdom of God. That's like one of the Matthew 6:33. How can I seek first the kingdom of God? How can I acknowledge God in all my ways? That's kind of where I'm at the moment. This verse right here, not really one that I really remember, but it is a very trippy one, right? Because it's just weird, right? Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. And it really makes me wonder, it's so crazy. How crazy would it be if out there in the internet ether realms, that one angel, even if it's just one, maybe what if it was just a bunch of angels, were watching this stream right now or something like that, right? Or in the future or something like that, right? It's just really weird. And it's just weird of like, how can we entertain them, right? Just odd. Okay, let's keep going. Where am I at? It means thorough will not bless them when at prayer and curse them at other times, but bless them always and curse not at all. True Christian love will make us take part in the sorrows and joys of each other. Labor as much as you can to agree in the same spiritual truths, and when you come short of that, yet agree in affection. Look upon worldly pomp and dignity with holy contempt. Do not mind it. Be not in love with it. Be reconciled to the place God in his providence puts you in, whatever it be. Nothing is below us but sin. We shall never find in our hearts to condescend to others, while we indulge conceit of ourselves. Therefore, we must be mortified. Holy moly. That dude just straight up just wrote a poem at the end, man. I feel like I would... It's so weird that I actually just read that aloud, because it's just like, I'm going to be honest. If you were to ask me to write that or something like this, I'd be like, bro, I don't know how I'm going to word that. I'm going to be really honest. Okay, let's read another one. They didn't really go into the honor part, right? Let's read the Jameson Fawcett Brown commentary. What is this going to say? In brotherly love, be affectionate to one another, in giving or showing honor, outdoing each other. The word rendered prefer means rather to go before, take the lead. That is, show an example. Wow. This is the commentary, bro. We found it. We found it, ladies and gentlemen. We found the commentary that I feel like this was the question that I was asking, and we actually found it in a commentary, right? So I guess that's what we can think about showing the honor part, right? It's like in terms of like preferring, that part about like, preferring. And it's interesting. How can we show an example to others about how we do this stuff, right? Man, it's just so weird to think about that, huh? I mean, I guess that's in a way of maybe shining our light, right? Like if we're shining our light because if we're not shining our light, then how could we really be showing others an example, right? That's what I'm thinking anyway. Let's keep going. How opposite is this to the reigning morality of the heathen world? And though Christianity has so changed the spirit of society that a certain beautiful disinterestedness and self-sacrifice shines in the character of not a few who are but partially, if at all, under the transforming power of the gospel, it is only those whom the love of Christ constrains to live not unto themselves, who are capable of thoroughly acting in the spirit of this precept. Oh my goodness. I think that was the first word I mispronounced. Precept. Man, I haven't read that word in a long time. Precept. Okay, we'll read one more commentary, okay? Oh my goodness, it's already been 40 minutes. Man, these Bible studies are weird. They kind of like they go by fast some days. Okay, what is Matthew Poles going to say? Be kindly affectionate to one another. Christians ought to have such affection to one another as parents have to their children, and as all creatures have to their young. So much the word here used imports. In honor, preferring one another. This clause is expounded by Philippians 2:3. Okay, what does Philippians 2:3 say? Philippians 2:3 says, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. That's weird. See, it's so weird because now what's so strange about this commentary, this is the first commentary that had that combo in there. Right? It's just weird, right? It's like whoever Matthew Poole, and Matthew Poole is like, oh dude, I got a combo, bro. I'm thinking about this verse right over here, right? That's kind of funny. Okay, let's see where I lost my place. It is exemplified in Abraham in Genesis 13:9. Most desire preference and honor before others, which is contrary to the good counsel in this text. Some read it, prevent one another, do not tarry till others honor you, but do you go before them in expression of brotherly love and be examples to them. Okay, interesting. There's two commentaries that brought that up, right? How can we be examples of honoring others? Or I guess in some cases I'm wondering, now what I'm curious of, is this honoring just believers, or are we supposed, I guess we're supposed to honor everybody, right? But I think in this context of in this chapter, it means like honoring other believers, honoring those who are in the body of Christ, right? But I guess we should show hospitality to everybody. Very interesting. Well, that was an interesting. So let's see what we could do. If we were to show an example, right? I guess we could show an example right here. Let's see here. Let's see just a simple example we can show. We'll do it on Instagram or something like that, right? So what we can do right here, let me see if I can find a believer or something like that. I know a believer right here. We'll do it on Dustin Orams. Dustin T. Oram. So let's see here. So I don't know. By the way, I don't know if this is an example. But maybe we could do something like this, right? Because I'm trying to take some things that I've learned from other BMX riders about, giving compliments or something like that, right? Here's this guy that I actually used to work with, Dustin T. Oram, right? I think he actually is a pastor or something like that. Used to work with him at Woodward West. And so what we could do right here is, let's see here. Maybe we could share a verse or something like that. Have I already might have put a comment on here. I think what we could do is we could just do it like this. Keep it up. What can I write on here? I'm trying to think of something, right? I honestly think that's all you could. I think you could literally just write that and just type. Okay, let's post right here. Look, let's see if we could post it right up on here. Keep it up. Boom. Oh, that's weird. Somebody put a proverb right there. Now that's my only. That's the only reason why I did that is because these commentaries said we're supposed to show an example or something like that. But I mean, that's a very vague example. You can go a lot more than that, right? You can go in terms of edifying or encouraging one another. But I'm trying to think of what other ways we could do it. I mean, we could do it not only on there, but we can also do it on like Twitch or something like that, right? Let's see. Is there a believer streaming right now? Oh yeah, Pastor Dudson is streaming. Man, that dude is streaming a lot, dude. Some of these guys, I'm like, well, how are you guys streaming so long? It's crazy. But yeah, you could just like send encouraging words to one another. That could be a good way to, as an example, right? I guess that's what we can do, right? We can give compliments to one another. Alrighty. Well, I think that was the Bible study. Even though I think what was weird about today's Bible study was that it was like we went into like we went into like honoring the Lord, which we kind of briefly covered. That's actually what I wanted to cover, but then it went into like honoring, and then it went into this verse right here, which is we're not only to honor the Lord, but we're also to honor one another, right? Interesting. Okay, let's do a card draw now. Oops. What? I guess today's Bible thing I'm going to put on there is going to just say honor. 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 But if there's one takeaway, I think it's how can we give compliments? I think compliments are good, man. I'm going to try and remember that. I'm wondering how many days I can go before I just forget about this. Because unfortunately, that's how a lot of these Bible studies are. Like, I'll read these Bible studies, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start, and then like a month passes by, and I just forget about it, unfortunately. But then that's why we keep doing these like we do, so hopefully, the more we start doing them, hopefully they'll fully get ingrained in our mind. I wish I could just full on remember everything, but I don't. I'm trying to get better, but I feel like it's just like Flatland, like how some of these tricks, I literally feel like it's just like that, how some of these tricks just take so long to like fully, because you know how like you get in this mode of like, you know these tricks that you can land all the time, it's like, okay, I got this, right? For me, it's like the generator, right? Boom, I got that trick, right? It's like, I know I could do that, right? But then there's some other tricks where it's just like, bro, you asked me to do it, I'm like, I totally don't even know how to do it, right? I'm wondering if it's like the same way, but like in the word. Okay. We're gonna do a card draw now. First card of the day. Okay, interesting. We got the weird Bible verse card. Segovian Leviathan. Leviathan 2. Can you catch him with a fishhook or run a line round its tongue? The Bible, Job 41:1. I'm actually wondering, is that what that verse actually says? What if they misquoted that verse? Let me see if that... Let's actually see, because I've been thinking it's from a Bible verse, but let's actually see if that's actually from the Bible. I'm actually curious now. Job 41:1. I've actually never looked to see if it was actually... Interesting, it is actually a Bible verse. Which one? Let's see what translation it is. It's one of these translations. I know it because it's definitely saying, it seems... What translation is that? It's one of these translations for sure, though. Can you catch Leviathan with a fishhook or tie a tongue down with a rope? It's one of these. I'm trying to find the exact translation. I don't know the exact translation. Interesting. So they actually did put a legit Bible verse on there. That's really weird, actually. Oh, is it? Oh, you're still here? The NIV version, huh? Yeah, that's weird. I just wish... Dude, you know what's so weird? Because you know how yesterday... I don't know if you listened to the Bible study yesterday, but yesterday it was talking about honoring the Lord with our first fruits and with our wealth and stuff like that. It's crazy to think, like... Now, I wouldn't say... Because I think there's also a lot of controversy within you know, some things, like even like MTG or say other video games. But what really trips me out is when they do something like this. They have put a Bible verse on something. You know, imagine all the companies right now that haven't nothing to do with Christianity whatsoever, right? Like not even just, you could just look and you won't find a single little nudge of it, right? But it's really weird when I do find a company or something where they like put a Bible verse on something. I'm just like, man, that's just so weird to me, right? Because it's just like, I'm just wondering, is God somehow trying to use that? Or I don't know, like that's what I think sometimes. Number 2, we got the Frank Frazetta card. Which, man, that card looks gnarly, huh? What's actually weird is my Christian friend actually gave me this card. Man, dude, Frank Frazetta was so gnarly. This painting was done like in the 70s. Man, that thing looked... Imagine having 4 polar bears just on a sled like that, bro. That would be amazing. Can you only imagine that, bro? Just on the Arctic tundra, bro. You just have 4 polar bears just on your sled, just like, man, that is gnarly. Dude, that's so funny. The very same Christian friend that gave me this card right here, he gave me this card on my birthday. Cradle of Vitality. That's hilarious. That's the first time I've ever drawn 2 cards that my same friend gave me. Field of Souls. This one reminds me of Proverbs 11:30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and whoever captures souls is wise. I like the art on that one. It's very like abstract looking. Okay, interesting. Selfless Exorcist. Man, that card looks gnarly. Okay, this one. Angel of Jubilation. Man, I need to like change some of these cards out. I literally like don't really change the set, but I think it's about time maybe. It might be time to change some of these cards out. Okay, I'm gonna do my last draw on my Instagram. Let's see. Welcome, travelers, to the card draw of the day, where we get to observe some artwork. Today we drew Segovian Leviathan, a Frank Frazetta card, Cradle of Vitality, Field of Souls, Selfless Exorcist, Angel of Jubilation. And for the last card of the day, I'm wondering what it is. It's always like cracking open a little Easter egg. What is it going to be? Intriguing. We have Oak Street Innkeeper. I like the flavor text on it. It says, "The city is vast and perilous. but there are places where a wary traveler can feel very much at home. Interesting. I like the dog in there too, and the little pig on the little sign right there. Another one, man, this card is amazing right here too. Selfless Exorcist. Christopher Muller does an amazing job. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the last card of the day. The card's cool, man. Okay, now we get to get into bike riding. Dude, you know what would be cool if we could just somehow convert this garage into a bike shop. That's why I started. By the way, that's why I started putting all these bikes and stuff up in here, because I want to eventually have like a bike shop vibe. Because I see some of these flatland riders, and they literally just ride in their shop. Like they have a little area in their bike shop, and there's just bikes all around them, bro. Some of these bike shops, they have like hundreds and hundreds of bikes on the roof. Like, how crazy would that be to have, man? The way the dog is drawn, I don't know why, but it reminds me of Bernstein Bears. It does remind me of one of those bears, huh? It's like a bear dog. It's like a man, what are those Saint Bernard? A Saint Bernard, the one with the little collar of whiskey. By the way, thanks for tuning in, Anzian Wings. You don't have to watch these streams, by the way. I'm not. These streams probably seem pretty boring, I think, to most people, but I find them, you know. I honestly, the other thing is, I hope that I don't like promote. I want other people to stream as well. Like if you guys are out there, you guys should start streaming too, because like I honestly feel like it keeps people productive. Like I'm not the only one that thinks this. There's many other streamers that brought this up. There's something about when you press the go live button, it's like there's just something about like I don't know, it just makes you want to go do stuff, right? I don't know, it's just weird. All right. Oh, look at this cool sticker. Shout outs to Ryan Russell. He gave me this awesome sticker, bro. That's the only thing I wanted, was this sticker right here. Team Flatland Fuel, man. Man, that thing is awesome, bro. It's like, this thing is like a holographic card right there, man. I'm wondering how crazy would that be, man, if like we have just entered into becoming a holographic. I guess we have a holographic sticker. Actually, that's not my only holographic sticker. I actually have a prayer hand sticker as well. Here's another sticker right here. See, I have that blue sticker, and then I have this one right here. It's the same one on my Bible. Yeah, this one. Actually, I need to reinforce that. Look, it's actually starting to peel right there. Oh, no. I need to reinforce the sticker. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take clear tape and tape over that. Darn, I don't, because that's my last one. I gave my last one away. No. Where's my clear tape at? I need to reinforce that thing. Okay. Alright, we're reinforcing this sticker. Holy moly, actually, I'm glad I caught that, man. I need to cut this. Boom. Let's see that bottom part. I've never really like reinforced a sticker before, but this is a prayer hand sticker, and I found this in Long Beach, and I want it to last for a long time. So. Oops. There we go. You've like laminated it now. There we go. Dude, that sticker's gonna last a long time, I bet now, I think, hopefully. Yeah. You can kind of tell there's tape on it, but not really. Okay, let's see here. At least it'll last longer, yeah, huh? Indeed. I feel like this camera's like either... This camera's all weird. It's like zoomed in or something. It's weird. Oh well. Alright, let's get to riding. Oh darn it, I just moved that. But no, hey, oh, for sure. Yeah, you don't gotta watch the streams, it's all good. I'm just practicing. Grinding and practicing. Oh, gnarly. Kind of feeling inspired to boot up my PC for the first time in a year. Wow. That's really cool. That'd be awesome. I'll give you a follow, man. Oh. My bike's feeling solid. Man, I feel like my this is like zoomed in or something. Also, thank you for the Bible study. It made me think of how I am currently honoring the Lord. You know, I feel like as long as you're trying to do it a little bit, I think it's better than not doing it at all, right? Because I feel like we're all at different levels of where we are in the season of faith. And sometimes we have to experiment too, you know? I feel like sometimes God wants us to like try out different things. Oh, I'm so close to doing that. I feel like I like go fakey from that. It's crazy, I'm like stalling it out.
I'm so bad at whiplashes, man. Yeah, let's try and do some tricks with lifting your hands up. Where I feel like this is like zoomed in or something. There's something weird about it. Huh. I wonder if I zoomed it in on here. No? Weird. No. Hard. I need to like learn that. It's like a hard ride in. I got a new light thing. I forgot, I was gonna like try and get some different lighting. What's up, Creative Fit? What up, bro? I'm gonna experiment. Can't like see that color, huh? I'm just trying out some different lighting. Just want to see what it looks like. I'm not good at lighting, it's weird. I just like these lighting, it's just so much easier. I guess there's this little glimmer. I'm gonna be right back. I kind of wanted like a blue glimmer. I guess there is a little glimmer right there. That's cool. There's a slight glimmer. Wait, that's what we can do. Use this. Look at blue glimmer. Look at blue glimmer. That looks cool. I think it looks cool, right? Blue glimmer, that's cool, I dig it. It's like very subtle.
Man, that trick is so hard. I'm thinking just it's my bite geometry. I don't know what it is, but I just keep doing it. Certainly can never do it. Anything right now. It's brutal. That's just how it be, huh? Alright, we're going to try and work on some hard tricks. I'm going to try and do the backyard no-hander. So, I guess no, we could do that other one we were trying to do yesterday. Lurking it. Lurk driving. See, we do the line that we were doing yesterday. I couldn't land it. Oh, that was sketchy. I'm not gonna do that. I did it like a half bar on the ground. I need to do it like while I'm doing the bar spin. Close. Close, but no cigar.
Almost got the triple whip for Logan Martin. Every time I do the triple whip, I'm like, Logan Martin. First line of the day. I can end the stream happy. It sounds ridiculous, but I feel like the Bible studies are sometimes so awkward. But that first line that I land, I'm just like, all right, we're going with the Bible study. That was fun. Oh, I'm stoked. Dude, I tried that line 50 times yesterday, bro. Like 100 times or something. I don't even know what to do anymore. Man, the undertakers always get me, man. I wish I was just a little bit linkier, dude. Because I see people, the lanky people, they're good at undertakers. I guess not everybody that's like that, but I might get a little loud. I'm gonna start doing some grinds. It's loud in here.
Good lord. I had that wedge. I don't really like ride that thing that much. Oh. Huh. Ooh, that's a new combo.
That was gnarly. Oh, come on. Huh. Come on. You're not good at that. For some reason that ledge is kind of hard to ride for some, I don't know why. Three, two, one. I might put a BMX video up. I was kind of messing around with these OBS settings. Let's see what it looks like with a BMX video up. I'm gonna see if it works. Oh, I don't think my internet's powerful enough. It's not. Darn. I guess I'm gonna, if I did do it, I would have to just do it like the ghetto way, right? Just having a video like right there at the bottom. Oh well, I'll just keep it like this.
why that trick's so hard. Let's see if I can just do like the ghetto video. How did I used to do it? Oh yeah, this is how I used to do it. I forgot that that's what I used to do. I used to like put on like Dan Corrigan. I feel like, I wonder if that would like bypass the, I feel like Dan Corrigan wouldn't copyright this stuff. Right? I don't know. I don't think he would. Man, he puts a lot of video. Dude, he's putting an edit out every single day. That's crazy, man. Let's see if this will work. Oh, it will. This is how I used to do it. I just have this thing up right here. Like so. Just have it like that. Just like that. It's like the ghetto way to play a video up on here. It's a little too tall, just a little bit, huh? I guess maybe if I push it back. Right. Or no, I gotta push it forward. Right? There we go. This is the ghetto version of how to play a video up on here. Well, I can charge my phone up. I was going to play it on my computer, but I don't have enough internet.
This is Victor's sister. She's currently on some independence. Let's see how they treat her. Did you know that Victor's sister skated?
Oh, that's like super bright.
Did you know she had backside flip?
It's weird. It's like, I guess the brightness goes like super high up. That's like the ghetto little window.
The blood. It's in the blood. Damn, she did two of them? Victor could never. Siblings. I don't think. Yeah. You gotta at least land one trick for it to be alive. Well, even the you don't have two tricks. Are you putting those in now or what? He's been hanging on to those shoelaces all day.
Dude, that was rad.
Not using them.
I wonder if that got on it. I literally just landed a line right there. That's funny, dude. I'm wondering if I would just do the window thing on the computer. The window thing on the computer I think would be a little better, huh? Yeah, it would be better. Oh well. How did I do it before? I had it a little smaller because it's a little overbearing when it's like super up front right here, huh? I think I had it on here, and then I had it like right, oh, that's how I did, I think. I think I had it like this, and then I think, oh, that's how I did, I think. It was like that, and then my phone. Right? Like that.
Backside flip. I want to see a backside flip.
still a little too short.
That's what I thought. You're not him. You're not him. She's him.
I could just use some cards, I think. Sorry, I'm trying to just get a rig this. Or get a rig in this video setup.
Yes.
There we go. I think that'll work. Perfect. That's perfect right there.
Oh, especially where that'd be sick. Like, you finally put the shoelaces on. See the helm. Take the shoelace back off.
Oh, I just did it.
You can never back up with a normal skateboard. What size is that? 8? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, better than mine. The one I did was really good. It was like coffee, I have a 775 ready to go. We got to do a video in. Yeah, that looks crispy. Oh, yeah, size 8 looks good on you.
20 years. That's how long National Bank of Arizona has been voted Arizona's #1 company.
Fun seeing him with the board with the nose, but it's even more fun seeing him with such a tiny board. Oh my god! He stepped off at the scariest moment. Oh my god! Police what I do. Victor's so stoked to have consistent kickflips right now. He just hasn't been kickflip guy since he switched to that board. Sometimes I think about all the advantages I would have if I stepped down to like an 825 or even like an 838. But to me, it's just not worth how comfortable it feels to skate a wider board. Jeez! His wrists are hurting. He keeps putting him down all crazy.
I wonder if I did that.
Aww. They're family.
That was awesome.
A broken donut? Yeah.
I need more crank foot lines.
That's exactly what Victor does. You both do that. She never looked like your sister to me until she just went. And I was like, oh, that's Victor's sister, dude. Damn it. You do push-ups. That looked good. Only had 6 holes. Dude, once again, anybody under season, we need to have 6 holes. It's so unstable, you can tell. You're so much weird coffee. My coffee? That's something you would say. It is. He's also really easily distracted by the skate park. I noticed that. Like, there'd be something happening on the other part. I can run up and I do that shit all the fucking time. It's crazy that this is my sister.
That was a crazy line.
Really? Did he skate? Dude, I'll show you this video.
The only bad thing when I have my phone right here is I have to like stop the video. Add a stream marker.
Yeah. Concept object. I don't know, you and I both almost just died. Oh, that was nice.
Life is messy. Now there's 85% more Tide in every power pod.
I don't know if you can tell, but I can't see this. Yeah, you look super bright. Oh. That's annoying already. Let's get this board parked the latch. That's the best thing here. Yeah, I know, so I'm filming it. Drop in and then frontside flip again from this angle. Yeah, dude, it was like skate 3, like you landed trick and you got more speed. Why can Vic's entire family skate? He just rolled the crap out of his ankle for like 20 minutes into Vic's snowboard for a shred. Yeah, right. Can you get back on the ledge? Dude, someday there's gonna be something like Kenny, he's ripping. Kenny, get behind me. Kenny, stay behind me. That's where safety is. Oh no, Kenny! Kenny, pick up his board. Kenny, here. Oh, Kenny! Billy, I'm doing a video to that. You're the only one skating to that. No one else is allowed to skate. Yeah, that's exactly what my film was like. Okay, that Toshio is a little relatable.
I wonder if I could play like Diablo
Oh,
2
nose grind the
off
whole
my
thing.
own.
We're going that board? This is actually where I learned how to nose grind. With that board? Yeah. So fresh.
Let's see here.
When we first arrived at St. Jude, it was just Claire and I. Her brain surgery, and side effects of that surgery meant that she had to learn how to walk and how to speak.
What is? Oh, okay.
Two months after we arrived, my 3-year-old came to visit.
Ah, it's like kind of. The part like sticks out, huh? Oh well.
Just because
Dude, that dude's been running for so long. Holy moly! Dude, that's crazy. That dude's been riding for so long. It's insane. He's like still really, really good. That was an amazing link right there, dude.
I experienced a life as a human. Every dog that goes to St. Jude goes to a good place. It's keeping families together during the hardest thing they'll ever face. First thing I didn't do when I came home is pet my dog. St. Jude saved my daughter's life.
And something about the heavier bikes, there's definitely like something about it I could just tell. They're not as squirrely, huh? Dude, there's some crazy lines in here, man. Just watch this in practice. Man, that looks so tiny, bro. It's like a little screen. I mean, what does it look like if we were to full screen this? Okay. It's kind of hard to see it, right? It's just it's so pixelated. It's hard to tell what we're watching. Oh, well. I wonder if there would be a better way to do it. I'm just kind of like grinding tricks right. I guess that's what I could do. I can grind tricks right now and just put a video on, because like I feel like I'm not gonna land these tricks, so we might as well just watch like a video, right? I don't know if you can even see it. It's just such a little image, but oh well. I'm not landing these because I'm just gonna practice. Let's do a tester of this color. Okay, that's gonna work. What have you been up to lately, man? Don't feel scared to comment stuff. I could draw and talk at the same time. I'm liking this color. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Joe has been keeping busy, used and blessed by God. Have there been any particular verses that have been motivating you? It's good to hear, man. I'm glad to hear that.
My name is Lulu LaFortune. I'm a furniture designer in Los Angeles, and for the last 5 years, Squarespace has helped me seamlessly build my business online. I can now sell products to people on the other side of the world, share my thoughts on the design industry, and express my unfiltered.
The Book of Colossians. Interesting. Yeah, today I did a Bible study on honor, because there's a specific verse in Proverbs 3:9-10. We went over it yesterday about honoring the Lord with our wealth and the first fruits, right? But what's weird is I started looking deeper into it. And I'm like, you know what? I've never really looked into what honor really means. So that's kind of what I was looking into today. Just what is honor? And one way, and there's also a verse we went in today, and I can't remember. I actually forgot what verse it was, unfortunately. But there's a verse that says we should be honoring fellow believers, right? Fellow believers in Christ. I kind of messed that up right there. I guess what we can do, we can go like that. There we go. Now it kind of matches that. Dude, this is a weird piece right here. I wish I could get it a little bit more center on the paper. Kind of wondering what I'm going to do with all these little trail things right up in here. I guess what we could do, we could just trail them out This is a strange piece, eh? This is a very weird piece. Guess we'll honor it to the Lord by putting a cross in it. Dude, this is a strange piece right here. It's definitely a weird one. guess we'll 3D it out. Call it a day. .3D it out, outline it. These are just nice and relaxing to do. I don't have to like think that much. You know, like the drawing yesterday, it's like I gotta think about proportions and all sorts of stuff. These ones are just like I'm just kind of just making scribbles, like making scribbles and just make stuff with within the scribbles. Thanks, man. Okay, we're gonna do 3D down like this, and then it's gonna go like that, and then like that. So this one's down. Kind of want to put something right here. I guess what we could do is we could 3D that out just a little bit. I like this color, it's very calming. It's not violent. Though this cross looks like a little cactus, ain't it? Like a saguaro. What is that? I've never heard that word before. Oh, a Saguaro cactus. Yeah, it does look like one now. Think about it. Yeah, you're right. Let's see, is this the same color? Let me find the right color. Use this color. It's an outline. Okay, let's outline it. Kind of not digging this outline color. Oh well. Already started it. Nice and peaceful. Actually, I know I do like these colors. They're nice and just super subtle. Like these colors are just super subtle. Like at first I kind of had a hard time seeing the contrast between the two colors, but no idea. I'm actually kind of wondering what it looks like without this light.
Oops, pressed the wrong button.
New emergency crystals. Throw back the new immune support with a pump. No water needed. Throw it all the way back. Following just a paper map in your heart. Throw it back. Feel the pump. New emergency crystals.
Yeah, this piece looks weird, huh? Colors look crazy. There's just something weird about the colors. I'm like, whoa, that looks all gnarly. And we made it in 3 hours. Cool. Coolness, man. Coolness. Just wondering how we will do the thumbnail. I don't know if I'm going to have this as the thumbnail. Tom, what happened to my tape? I used to have some tape out here. Yeah, that kind of makes it look all weird, huh? I like that. Let me see the lighting. Trying to get a thumbnail.
Hi, I'm Joy Gong. As a traditional Chinese medicine chef and food therapist,
Okie dokie, there we go. Skip. Piece that turned out pretty cool. Interesting. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna put a stream marker and then I'm gonna ride just for a little bit longer. Live stream marker. You saw that whole you were here for the whole thing, man. That's crazy. Here's the drawing setup. There's a comment. Shout out to Joe Fake. Go follow him. Wait, where's my oh, here it is. I got her bike set up. Yoo.
Massa Matai. For some reason my zoom's messed up. There we go. There we go. My zoom's been messed up all day. I don't know why. There's not a stream. I thought you did. I don't know. By the way, I apologize if I don't watch your guys' streams, but sometimes I use up all my internet just doing this streams. I try and hop into people's streams when I can, that. Oh, I almost did it. I almost did a quad bar, quad whip, or quad whip, quad bar. I'm bad at that. Ooh. Huh. Dude, that light that I got is pretty cool. It really ties it up together. Oh my god, someone's ate it. A mic? No, not a mic. What's that light right there? See that like blue light thing? Like a new little light thing I got. Ding, 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 ding.
Song's funny. In a video game. I'm so close. Almost messed my finger up right there. That tail whip's hard to get into on the sticky. Miss. Oh, spin new cigar. Freaking ran out of speed. Always catch it right at the end. Oh yeah, we almost did it. That line is hard. That line's a rare line to land. I've only landed it like one time. I almost landed right there. It's like that sprocket, that hang fiber to sprocket stall's hard. Yeah, I landed on screen. It was like when I made that thing, I kind of landed it. Maybe a month after. It's actually funny. I get more clips on stream now than I do actually getting clips, because like instead of me having to film it, I just do a stream marker. Like you can just like make so much content so fast when you stream. It's crazy. Let's see if we can land one of those today. Double flail. Boomerang. Oh, that was it right there. Darn. Dude, this trick, it feels so hard. Like, there's people that do like 8 of these. Or like 5 of them. Like consistently. I'm like, what in the world? I can hardly even do 2 of them. Giving up. Giving up on that one, man. Oh, are you kidding me? Broke my brakes right there. My foot almost went into my brake cable. Now, I've been stuck on this trick for a long time too. It's crazy because people do like 3 of these.
This holiday season, find your healthy at Sprouts Farmers Market. Farm fresh, organic.
Sprouts Farmers Market. Peace. Bikes are fun. For some reason this trick, like, sometimes I can land it like first try, and then other times like I can never land it. It's weird. Funny bunny. Funny bunny, funny bunny, funny bunny. Can we land this? Normally I can land it, but I can't do it today. Come on. Sometimes it's just hard. I don't know why. It was hard for some reason. It's got like the triple. I was so close to doing it. Darn, I timed my cranks just a little bit, like a couple milliseconds too fast. I should have just slowed down a little bit and I would have just landed it. But I got all like antsy. I was like, I'm gonna land it, and then I messed it up. That song's cool. That song's cool, dude. Glory be to God. See if you can do an upside down tail. That was close. Darn it. Yeah. For some reason I've been kind of having trouble with that trick lately. Oh, this was kind of fun. All right, kidding me. do a correction hop. Fudge. Don't count it. And some people like, I'm kind of one of those people, I don't like doing correction hops. So like the correction hops, like kind of when you like do a little bounce thing to like save it. So we land it, but it's just sketchy. Sketch nation, brothers. Darn, I was so close. I was so close, bro. I'm getting so close to landing this stuff. Because that combo, I have a lot of trouble with that combo. I was like super close to landing it. Oh well. I don't even think I've even landed anything. Well, I've landed like, I think I landed 2 lines today. But it's this past like lines I've been doing, I haven't landed one. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream here. How long have we been streaming for? Okay, so we still got in the time frame that we were looking to do the Bible study, do the bike riding, and trying to keep God first, even in the midst of awkwardness. Let's leave it with a Bible verse. Let's see here. No, I'm going to end the stream. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the heart. That is Proverbs 21, verse 2. And this concludes episode 729 of Bible Study Devotional BMX Flatland Learning. The cool thing about Flatland is that you can learn this many tight areas. I think that's one of the big strengths about Flatland. You know, there's a lot of places where they don't have a skate park or street spots. And you can learn Flatland in a garage. For some reason, there's not many Flatlanders. Anyway, farewell, everybody. Try your best and have fun. Farewell, Joe. Have a good one. Let's continue to edify and encourage and build one another up. See you, dude.